Hey, welcome to From the Hat. I'm Thomas J. Bellezza, and we are talking by choice, chosen by random. And today I brought back a very special guest. I promise you I did not pay him to be here, but he did ask me for a check that is going to bounce mostly because I wrote it on a rubber check. That's a stupid joke. Let's keep it moving. Kenny Murdock, everybody.
Hey, what's going on, bud?
So you know the rules. And
do.
for anyone who doesn't know the rules by this point, this is friggin' what is this episode fucking 20 something. Oh, hey,
You're still,
baby.
what are you still doing here?
I don't know how we got this far, but I think it's because no one controls the internet really. So I could do this forever.
That's good.
Who's going to tell me no? I'll just change the name, you know? Anyway, I have a hat. I have 3 balls left, which is awkward for my doctor. I'm going to put my hand in the hat and rub the balls. And then, Kenny, tell me when, and I will grab a nut.
When?
Okay. All right. Let's see what happened here. Oh, the number's upside down. We're going to have to do it again.
All right, that's fine. I can flip my camera.
Oh, okay. Excellent. Number 7.
Lucky number 7.
Let's see what we got here. What is today's topic? How is it? Okay. Can 2 things be true at the same time?
Oof.
I think we were just talking about this.
Kind of, yeah. Your truth and reality.
Yeah.
Right? Yeah.
In a world full of complexities, 2 seemingly contradictory truths can often exist. The topic delves into examples where dual realities hold, such as the scientific case of Jupiter orbiting both the sun and a barycenter. Understanding that both statements can be valid helps us appreciate the nuance in arguments and perspectives, challenging the notion that truth is always absolute. Right? So, to simplify this topic, basically, if we use Jupiter is so large that it creates an extended barycenter between it and the sun. So the sun and the Jupiter kind of go around like let's say this is the barycenter. They kind of go around the barycenter. But Jupiter is also orbiting the sun. So to think that Jupiter is not orbiting the sun because newfound evidence suggests that, but it orbits the barycenter. And then you have to put into deductive reasoning and logic. Jupiter is not the final planet in the universe. It is within a cluster of planets. It actually circles the sun itself. It doesn't go around the barycenter. It goes around the sun, right? So 2 things can be true at the same time. For example, someone could be tall and short at the same time.
Okay.
Right? That is a truth. Some people are
next
tall.
to somebody 5'6" when you're 6'1", but you could also be standing next to someone who's 6'7".
Correct. So the idea. Let's see if I could change my lights here. It's really bright in this mother.
Lighting is my least favorite part of setting up.
I hate lighting. Yeah, it's just I'm gonna get rid of it. Let's just
be a VR tuber. Those are coming in strong.
What are they?
VR tubers?
Oh, virtual reality tubers?
Yeah.
I have to use Chat GPT for that. Stop using our name. Okay.
I'm way far.
I was wondering why you're so low. I have your volume up halfway.
Do you? Good.
So I could hear you.
It's things have been going on.
Okay. I can't get close to the table. I have Arnold Palmer's cock in my pants. So what are your as always, I like to throw it to the guests first. What are your thoughts on that? Can 2 things be true at the same time?
I mean, as with most of the things you bring up on this show, they just seem so far out of my brain scape, but I do love discussing them because I came into this with I'm the kind of guy who's like, no, my truth is my truth.
Yeah.
But somebody else's truth could also be true. But then you have things like this, which you feel are definitive, but also have some sort of, level of semantic to them. So like, in this case, you've actually in a very short time made me shift my mode of thinking. You've actually made me realize maybe there does need to be more compromise in life as to what the truth is. But to counter that, I do still think there are some truths in life that just are there's no refuting them. And kind of like what I mean about that is like I have a friend who has daughters but still respects the opinion of a man who thinks that women are lesser than men.
So two things could be true. He could respect women and also believe
that man's opinion is valid.
Yeah.
But at the same time, in my brain, I go, what a terrible fucking thought process. What do you mean?
That doesn't mean it's not terrible.
What do you mean women are lesser than men? And to think that, like, in my brain, what I'm trying to get at here, in my brain is nobody should be walking the earth with that opinion.
Yes, but that does not negate the fact that those things are both true.
True in the sense of he respects women, and true in the sense of he respects his opinion.
Yeah, because you could respect somebody's opinion and still have your foundational morals, right?
Yes.
Like I don't believe in lying, but that doesn't mean that people can't lie. You know, like oh well, because I believe lying is bad, other people might be like lying is good, and those are both true.
So that I guess what I'm trying to say and ask you is, if the statement is women are subservient to men, women should be subservient to men.
Yeah.
That's not true.
Well, the ideology behind that is an opinion of state. So we, as decent human beings, and I use that word loosely because who defines decent, right? Believe that women shouldn't be subservient to men, you know, unless we need a sandwich. But like,
only because they make them better and with love.
They do. They make it with love, rat poison, most cases. But that doesn't mean somebody who thinks that, but also has a secondary thought, isn't true. But I don't think that's really the argument of the position of the question. So the question is, can two things be true at the same time? And yes, that can be true. Two things can be true at the same time.
Sure.
But now that brings in the other aspect of it is nuance, discussional nuance, conversational nuance. You know, what is the moral behind it? Well, if we're talking about subservient women, right? Though women should be subservient to men. Now that's a nuanced topic, right? Should they? Well, that becomes a moral discussion, right? Is that worth even discussing? But you also said something earlier where you said, well, the way I look at something, the way I look at it is true, but the way someone else looks at it is true. That's perspective truth, which is not reality. So it's there's actually a name for it, but you, like, let's say you go into a room and I'm next to you. The way we take that room in is completely, without a doubt, different.
Sure.
Our experiences are true, but it isn't the reality.
So then if we're in a room that you think is a pretty decorated and I think is decorated garbage, what's the truth?
The truth is our opinions of our perspectives can both be true, but that doesn't mean it is the reality.
So what's the reality?
We don't know because there's not enough. There's not enough information, right?
Sure, I guess.
Right? Because like if we look at a girl together, we go, she's pretty, or a girl, or you know, so you can be a part of the conversation. We're looking at a guy, and I'm like, he's ugly, and you're like, no, I'd do it, right? Yeah, I'm just assuming from the beard.
Yeah, you see my facial hair.
Yeah. Right? It's defense. You don't want the balls to hit your chin. So
it's actually the opposite. Not to yes and no, not yes and you, and actually no and you. It's because they like the feeling of it on their balls.
They do. They like, yeah. Well, it depends how thick their hair is, because sometimes, you know, like mine.
It definitely depends on how thick they are, but I ain't talking hair, boy.
Yeah. Arnold Palmer, we get it. But again, just because we find someone attractive and you find someone not attractive, that doesn't mean that they are or are not. First of all, the statement is still valid. I find them unattractive. You find them attractive. Right. Both statements are true at the same time. It doesn't mean they are or aren't attractive. That's
so we're not trying to delve into what reality actually is here. You just
correct.
Can two truths be the same despite it having an alternate reality?
Maybe I should adjust it. Can two things be objectively true?
Oh yeah, that's for sure.
At the same time.
Oh yeah, and definitely, yeah.
But that comes down to even Jupiter is objectively true. It does orbit around a barycenter, but it is also within the orbit of the sun because it is within our solar system.
That's an interesting argument.
Right? But imagine somebody, I'm hypothetical situation.
Of course, always, every single.
Let me just make up an avatar just for the. Imagine like you're I don't know, 5'6", 5'7" ish, musician, right?
Mm.
From like, I don't know, Long Island, moved to LA or something, right? And I'm just trying to make up some arbitrary person.
Right. Yeah.
Okay. Anyway, so we'll just call this person John. Fuck it. Right.
Okay.
So John is looking at their monitor, right? And then you see them, they're just like super interested, you know? And then they push their chair out and they're like, "Hey, did you know that Jupiter is so big that it actually doesn't orbit around the sun? It orbits around a barycenter alongside the sun because of its mass."
Oh wow.
And they say it with deep confidence after reading one article. Though, let's assume they said they read 3 articles, right? Arbitrarily speaking, the behavior of this person is probably on question. And they go that now they are on the hill they will die on, and they literally go, they say that statement, "Did you know Jupiter?" And then you go, I get that could be true. I don't have enough information to debate if Jupiter is so large that it surrounds a barycenter. But what I can say is, if it does, it also is still within the orbit of the sun. Therefore, it also orbits the sun, right? And then they go, "No, it can't orbit the sun. It's orbiting the barrier." Now you're like, I think I want to. This is an interesting debate, right? And then it turns into something else, where you're trying to understand why their brain doesn't work, right? So you just want to dive deeper into them disbelieving that 2 things could be true at the same time because they just discovered new information for the first time without deep diving or doing source return material.
Just took it at face value.
And they're now arguing as if they have come up with the information.
Like they're the expert now.
Yeah, and if they are wrong, then they are devalued, and they can't be devalued because they have value, so they can't be wrong. It's impossible.
Correct. Yeah, sure, totally.
So this made-up person, this musician, all right, who probably loves dragons, okay?
John Doe. We'll call him JD for short.
Yeah. Might believe that wholeheartedly they came up with this information. But you know what I'm saying? Like, it's cognitive dissonance. You know, I don't know if you know what cognitive dissonance is, but
I've heard it. I've probably read what it does and put it in the back of my brain somewhere, but
the simple version is they believe what they believe because they perceive it such, but it doesn't necessarily mean it's true.
I knew that. That's a huge thing about me in my life. Like every time I watch Jeopardy and I have the answer and I go, "Don't say it," and then it is the answer, and I go, "Oh, you should have just fucking said it."
You'll never be Bill Murray in Groundhog's Day.
Mm-hmm.
Mostly because you're not the same person. That's the only reason.
Almost got the same hairline.
Yeah, but he filmed that before you were today.
That's true.
So. But you know what I'm saying? So, like, yes, there are objective double truths. Again, you could be tall and short at the same time. That's an objective truth.
Cognitive dissonance. That's got to be a mental disorder.
It's not necessarily a disorder, but it can become a dissuasive reality.
It can become a very problematic personality trait.
Well, yeah, it's like somebody saying, "Why are you so angry at me?" And then I'm not angry at you.
Oh.
No, you are angry at me. No, I don't think I am. You're like, your face is making angry faces, and you're like,
yeah.
No, it's not. Like that's cognitive. Like they're with it. They believe what they perceive. So
sure.
Or information. They'll have information that because they have that information, it can't be wrong. You know. So they're like, you know, you can get to the sun at night because it's cooler.
All right.
That's cognitive. You know, that's a form of cognitive. They believe it. And you're like, no, that's not how it works. Then why is it cooler at night? Well, it is cooler at night, but that doesn't mean the sun is cooler at night. That's like saying the earth is flat because you can't understand horizon points.
Tough. God, it's 2024. This is crazy.
Yeah, but the telescopes are fake.
Yeah, totally. Yeah, it's making it up. It's AI. It's
Yeah, it's all
Google
made up. Yeah.
Lens.
Yeah, everybody in the world have gotten together to confuse everybody else in the world because it's a great joke. It's gonna be one of those. Yeah.
Because it makes it strays them further from God. That's the devil, bro. That's not science. That's the devil.
Which is interesting because most people that believe in the flat Earth also believe God is looking through the stars,
right,
as holes. They're not stars; they're holes, and God is up there.
Right there, and or that the nighttime is a blanket and the stars are the holes in it.
That's right. That's what. Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
And that thunder
and God
is
is behind.
rolling.
Yeah, which is crazy. It's crazy.
No, it's their truth, bro.
It is their truth, but it is not true. It is not the reality. I also don't believe in science, but I believe in science, and that's another thing. So it's true and true, right? Because science is only true because we've accepted the terminology behind it. But that doesn't mean there's another form of logic out there that maybe surpasses our meek understanding of what science is. And the reason I say that is because if aliens do exist and they have passed through the light years of time,
really,
to get to an Earth, they have to have a greater understanding of what they might look at physics and be like, why are they still dealing with the alphabet?
Yeah, no, I don't get it.
You know what I'm saying? Like there is like our understanding, like Neil deGrasse Tyson once said, he's like, maybe they are coming here, but they look at us and they like, these ants are so cute. Look, they're building colonies.
They've got nothing for us. They have nothing to offer us.
Yeah, they just traveled light years.
You know what? That really speaks to us as a species, because they came here once and thought monkeys were good enough to fuck. But then they came here again on the second round and went, this is not interesting at all.
Why are they wearing clothes?
What the fuck? Where's that monkey pussy? Let's get the fuck out of here.
Monkey, but I like the balls.
Well, yeah, it depends on the alien, sure.
Yeah, you can't assume all aliens are straight.
Oh, yeah, true. Actually, at this point, I just assume they're beyond sexuality.
There are species on our Earth that do not have male or female genital. They're asexual. So, right? They just I had a child. Right. In my fantasy world, for my epic fantasy book, dragons, they're all female, and they all give birth on their own. They don't need because they're neither. I call them female, but they're not. They're asexual. They can reproduce on their own. So, I also play around with the metrics of birth, like the idea of like how birth works, and I have different species. I have been really thinking about making my Hamarians, which are basically like, they're loosely human, they're basically humans, right? But they're from a different planet, so they're not Earthlings, But anyway, I don't know if I'm gonna do it. I'm still on the the right on the center, but like I'm thinking of making it where like the women don't have their period every month; they have it once a year, and it's because they have mating seasons like animals might. So the Hamarians would only mate during a very specific season. Because like in stories, like they rarely ever talk about like the woman having their periods and stuff like that, and you're like they're like Conan the Barbarian, like she never once is like we need a week, That's
why I enjoyed the Return to the Blue Lagoon.
Right? Yeah, because but they're also 15, so it's uncomfortable.
No, that's what I was talking about. Oh, you're talking about the period. Oh, yeah, that was in there too.
Yeah. You're looking at a 15-year-old naked running around with another,
right?
And people watched this,
right,
and was like, "Oh, look, she's naked."
What's that about?
Yeah, that's definitely nipples.
Hollywood's not weird at all.
Yeah, no, I wonder if something's gonna come out about Diddy.
Diddy.
Imagine it watching it. I bet you Diddy's gonna do. Who's Diddy? Oh, you'll see.
Yeah, you're gonna know.
All right, wait, let's keep watching. All right, this is good stuff. Look at him running around the island. Who wrote that? Well, it's from a book, but like, who was like, this would be so good?
I always thought the Return to the Blue Lagoon was the only one. I didn't know there was a Blue Lagoon.
Yeah, there's a little girl and boy.
Mm.
Writing that book is probably a lot easier than watching the movie. I'll be honest,
Yeah, I bet.
because you don't have to see an actual little girl. Like, it's fake. Like,
Right. Yeah. It's like flowers in the attic.
Yeah.
You know.
First of all, don't just make up stuff. All right. I lost my flower in the attic once. I still don't want to talk about it. Yeah. All right. Anyway, do you have anything else to add to this?
No, not really.
All right. See you later.
Laid it out there, bro.
Yeah, peace. All right, thank you. Goodbye. Love you. Goodbye. All right. Anyway, Kenny, how did they find you?
Well, Kenny Murdock Corp on the screen there. If you plug that into any magnifying glass icon on your phone, you'll pretty much
X-Hamster,
and pretty much all of it.
Motherless.
Right. And I hang out on Twitch a lot, so if you ever want to watch somebody stream some shit,
especially when he doesn't take his meds, he twitches all day. Anyway, if you want to find me, all right. So I'm Thomas J. Bellezza. You're watching From the Hat. We were talking by choice, chosen by random today. I'm going to have Kenny on next week. We're going to just fly through these. You're going to get 3. Kenny is going to end the season. And yeah, you're going to do you're doing the last 3 episodes. You're doing this week. Right. You're coming back next week, and then the final week.
I was under the impression you were going to pepper them into the ones we've done already.
No, because they go in order of being chosen.
Oh, okay. True.
Yeah, I can't be like, hey, look, episode, because then it'll reveal, because if you look at the screen, you'll see past episodes, and I don't want to give that. Hey, come on. No, you're closing out my season.
Sweet, dude.
So next season, we'll try to get you to open it up, so
right.
people could just get a double dose of the Kenny.
The DD.
And whatever. Anyway, that's it. All right. If you want, see you next time. Bye.